I got 3 tips for you guys for pre-production to make all your content creation needs. Before we get into those 3 tips, please make sure that you like and subscribe to this video. My name's Steven. I'm a little bit newer to the YouTube game, but I am an in-house content producer. I've been doing this for a few years now, and I just want to share my tips and tricks with all of you guys. So when you are building content for brands or clients, or if you are a brand and you're wanting to make your own in-house productions run a little bit smoother, you guys can use these 3 tips. So again, please make sure you like and subscribe and follow along as we just continue to go down this production journey together. Tip number 1, as a producer, it's your job to make sure that all your creatives are on the same page. So you're gonna wanna schedule a meeting specifically for the photographer or videographer or even graphic designer to meet with the creative director or whoever is in charge of creative from the brand side. Now, if you're the photographer or videographer, that's you. You want to make sure that you are having these meetings with your clients and your vendors. You want to push for them. If you're the client, if you're a corporation or business and you're hiring someone to make something for you, you want to have a meeting specifically for the creative, to have those looks, tones, feels, sounds, vibes, just to make sure that you're all in line, to make sure you are the right photographer for this job and vice versa. The first couple meetings are probably more about budgets, timing, deliverables, and not so much the fun stuff, the look and feel. And that's really important. I have a couple of other tips for that here in a second. We'll get into that shortly. But let's get into the second tip. Tip number 2. The second tip I have for you is make sure you're inviting the appropriate people to the right meetings. What I mean by that, if you're having a creative meeting and you're talking graphics and you're not doing the graphics, but they have an in-house graphic designer, make sure that the graphic designer is on the meeting if you can. If you're the in-house producer at the brand, make sure your graphics teams are on the meeting. If you were talking budgets and you don't control the budget in-house as the producer, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate finance people in the meeting with you, or that you have the information from them beforehand. Just being properly in line with all of your meetings. There's going to be a couple of meetings within a production process, and depending on how large or small your project might be, there might be meetings where you have as many people as the grip and electric, or the art director and the creative director, the production assistants, the stylists, the list goes on and on and on. So just make sure that you have the appropriate people in the meetings. Hold on before you hit send and just double check all those names on that meeting invite. The third tip, mood boards. I'm the producer. I'm not the photographer and I'm not the creative director, but I know how important a mood board is. It really helps align the creative look and feel and even sound with projects, and they're really easy and fun to make. I make them myself sometimes for projects, or I'm pushing my creative director or the photographer to build mood boards so they can collaborate a little bit together. We're going to dive into one of the main tools that I use to build mood boards called Milanote right now. Check this out. And Milanote's great. I'll show you kind of a mood board I've already started and some of the things I like to do within it. And then I'll show you how to create your own from scratch. So this is Milanote. I have a whole nother video that I'll be making all about Milanote and how I use it in a greater way, but this is just how I've been using it for a mood board. And this is cool. So we're gonna zoom out a little bit and you can kind of see the bigger breadth of this mood board. And to me, this is a pretty small mood board. It's only got, 8, 9 images on it so far. But you can do a lot of really cool things. So first off, you can drag loads of images in here and videos to just create looks and feel. You can, if you come to the left side, you can add these color blotches so you can, create tones that way. I'll bring this one down here and kind of just start creating vibes. You can add comments. So like I'll bring this over here and I'll just at myself and say, we don't need buildings in the shots. But then I can grab another note over here and I can at myself again, or the vendor, if depending on what side, whoever you want to communicate to, you share this with them. And you can just say, yes, more moodiness, more mood like this. Excuse me as I stumble over my typing. It's just a really nice way to give vibes to people. And it pings your audience that you're talking to with an email or alerts, depending on how you have your account set up. And it's a free tool. Milanote doesn't cost a thing. I'm actually just about used up on my free version, so I'm going to have to pay for the updated one. But let me show you how you can create your own mood board very easily. So first off, on this left-hand side, you'll see board. I'm going to drag a new board. I'm going to call it Mood Board 2. Hit enter to fire it off. And then you just open it right up. And right away, you're going to see over to this bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see that it's got pre-made templates for you. And this is the exact template I made. I'm going to select Mood Board right here. You can see that it's got basically everything we've just done, except theirs looks even more cool than mine. And I'm just going to hit use this template. All right. And so you can see I've now filled out my workspace, but I have a template here that I can drag files in, that I can type notes into, and I can communicate my creative plans and visions with my vendor or with my vendor to my client. It's really it's really a great tool. So one of the main reasons I love Milanote, there's so many other ones, but I'll show you those in another video. All right, back to the other screen. And that's it. Those are my 3 tips for having smoother pre-production processes. In recap, make sure you're having a meeting specifically for the creative. Sometimes even 2 or 3 meetings. The second one is make sure you're inviting all the appropriate people to your meetings. I can't get past that one enough. It always sucks being left off of a meeting when you're supposed to be there. And the third one is a fun one. Build mood boards in Milanote. They're really fun. It's really easy to do. Please like and subscribe to this channel. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep giving you production tips. We're going to have some fun interviews with other producers and photographers and studio managers on this channel. We're going to have conversations with creative directors and art illustrators. And we're just going to keep growing and hopefully helping allow you all to make better content as a videographer, photographer, or just simply as a producer. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.